Paul, what a hard-fought, intense basketball game tonight.
Yeah, and we knew it was going to be. I mean, as a coaching staff, don't fool yourself. This game, we knew exactly what we're going to be getting, and it's a buzzsaw. Those guys know what they're doing down there. I got the utmost respect for Chris Johnson and his staff and those players. They play so hard. You only have to watch them playing tape a little bit to see what they bring every time they play. And I just give those guys so much credit from when they started to where they are right now. I just think they're very, very good. And we were fortunate to get one tonight, Gene. We did enough to shoot ourselves in the foot, but at the end of the day, you make the plays you got to make. We got a couple key stops there for a stretch, and we were able to get a 5-point lead, and that was
actually a 7-point
lead. That was a really big stretch that we did that. But it is what it is. We just proud of our effort, proud of the win. But like we told them, we got to understand that we're doing things to hurt ourselves, whether it's missed layups, missed free throws. Those things you can't, it's hard to live with them, but yet they happen. But some of the mental breakdown stuff too is just stuff that we gotta keep understanding what we're capable of doing, and don't put a ceiling on ourselves, because I think sometimes I feel like we put our own ceiling on there when we're fully not buying into what we can be doing. And but you know what? Great hard effort, great hard fought win, no doubt. We'll take it, Gene.
Goffney didn't play much, a whole lot in the first game. He scored 7 points off the bench, but boy, he was a difficult player to guard tonight.
Well, and I think I talked to you about that in the pregame stuff. They're a better team right now than when we played them the first time, because their junior college transfer kids are more experienced. And Goffney, we knew exactly how to, we knew how we guarded him. We wanted to guard him as a driver, and you know what? He drove by us. He drove through us. He drove around us, and we knew it, and we still couldn't stop him. So I mean, he's a good player. And David Maxwell, what a kid. I just got so, the kid needs a letter of recommendation. I think there's about 15, 16 coaches in this league that love to do it.
He made 2 big buckets after we made that run to start the second half.
Yeah. He's just one of those guys. I think he wants to go into coaching, and I'd love to have him up here. I think the world of him as a human being. I just think David Maxwell's he's golden, and I know Coach Johnson just says he just can't stop saying good things about him and the kind of leader he's been, because they've been through a lot. They've had their ups and downs this year and their adversity, and one thing you can say is, boy, they came out on the other end, playing their butt off and getting better as a team, and that's the thing we got to keep trying to do, because we got an opportunity to play on Saturday, and that's the biggest deal.
What'd you talk about at halftime? Because I thought the game was a little ragged. We got a couple technical fouls called in the first half. The game was a little ragged, and the first thing I thought about is, do we need to settle down a little bit to go?
I think those were, without maybe saying a few more words in between. That's kind of what we said. Is just I think poise is the word we use. Let's have some poise here. And even to start the second half, Gene, I don't think the words helped a lot.
That first 2 or 3 minutes was horrible.
The first 2 or 3 minutes, I think Coach Johnson and I could have just left the game because they weren't listening to either one of us. It's just one of those deals where both teams were just kind of going crazy. But we settled back down. And in what it was us getting stops, forcing a turnover here or there, getting some transition buckets to get things going. It's through our defense that those things happen, and that's big for us.
The key stops. You obviously need a couple of key stops, and I thought really a couple of keys in the game was the way that USF went after the boards, especially with their guards. Boy, they rebounded well tonight, and you get beat on the boards, and a couple of offensive rebounds by their guards, putbacks after missed 3-point shots were big second opportunities for USF in the game tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they out-rebound us by 6. And that, again, those are things that they can't be happening for us. We do enough to hurt ourselves throughout this game, and it's hard enough to win a playoff game. We don't want to be doing things to hurt ourselves, and that was an area that got us. I mean, Keaton Moffitt's going to be a good player. I mean, we recruited him and had him up here and didn't end up coming. I told him afterwards, I said we couldn't feel any better about the kind of player we thought you were going to be, because he's turning into that. He sat out, I think, all last year with a back injury. So I just happy to be moving on.